Hi everyone. Let's get started right away and get into some messages for the Divine Feminine Collective. So, we all embody divine feminine and divine masculine traits within us. This particular reading is going to be geared towards how we can really refine and, do any shadow work that might be involved in the divine feminine end of us and see what's going on also in guidance. That being said, let's get into it. All right, I've already pre-shuffled a bit, so I'm just going to get right into it. Spirit, what is the divine? Oh, here we go. Isis, right away. Magic is manifesting. Your dreams, goals, and visions are becoming reality. Stay focused. That's amazing. So this is kind of like the magician card for me. It just tells me that you guys are in a really high mode of manifestation and to really keep your thoughts positive because this energy is quite present. I mean, it flew right out. That's gorgeous energy to be in. Magic is manifesting. Isis. On the back, we have Hilarion, divine healing. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So to me, this just means like some of you are coming into mission work and finding your place as a light worker, as a healer, and really utilizing that nurturing divine feminine trait that, needed to come out. So with the magic manifesting and divine healing, yeah, this is all about mission to me, and it just shows that you guys are right on target. It's great. Let's see what else we have here. Let's get a couple of messages from the Mermaid Oracle. All right, Spirit, what messages do the mermaids have for the Divine Feminine Collective this time? What messages do the mermaids have for the Divine Feminine Collective? Angels, spirits, and guides. What messages do the mermaids have for the Divine Feminine Collective, please? Please bring forth the most clear messages for the Divine Feminine. Time and Tide, Oceanic Spells and Rituals. This is number 18, so the number 18 might be of significance to you. Time and Tide, this is all about, it kind of reminds me of a Seven of Pentacles energy. It's kind of reflecting, and it's a very spiritual card to me where you're looking at where your seeds are starting to grow, where your things are finally coming into harvest, and kind of reviewing life cycles. Amazing. So on the back, the magic of the Cahalan Druid. Caution, secrecy, and wary. Yeah, so it's like reviewing life cycles and then going back over and determining what serves you and what doesn't. And, maybe keeping your options close to your chest or playing your cards close to your chest because it just been through a lot and it just seems like the way to go so you can actually give back to others. So it sounds like you guys have really balanced out the giving and receiving and realizing where you weren't allowing yourself to receive and potentially where you weren't in balance with what you were giving as well. So that's amazing. We'll get a couple more oracle cards and then we're going to jump right into it. These are the Untethered Soul cards by Michael Singer. What does the Divine Feminine need to hear, Spirit? What messages need to come through loud and clear for the Divine Feminine right now? What messages does Spirit have for the Divine Feminine Collective? Angels, spirits, and guides. Here we go. Nothing ever is worth closing your heart over. Okay, so this is about, some of you might be feeling a little guarded, maybe a little too guarded with this energy coming through. And it's just about tapping in and like not letting that get to you and not, not having a closed heart, maintaining like some hope and optimism because it looks like magic is manifesting. It looks like things are really coming into fruition, even if it doesn't feel like it. get an angel card, and then we're going to get into some tarot. All right, Spirit, what do the angels need to say to the Divine Feminine Collective? What is going on for my Divine Feminines? Angels, spirits, and guides. Whoops. Oh, here we go. Similar message. Crystal, we have faith and hope because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. So your guides and your spirit and the angels are obviously working on some things in the background. We've got a few cards supporting that. You know, time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals, magic is manifesting. So there's some really powerful manifestation energy going on, and the fact that you're not seeing it yet in your 3D world might be making you close your heart a little bit, but this is all about having faith and hope and staying positive because it is coming. And part of the journey is releasing the expectation as far as when things come to us, because that's really just like the ego mind of, you know, when we think we deserve things or when things should happen. And so it's just a reminder that things are going on and happening for you. And, you know, once again, things are happening for you, not to you. I always like to say that. So with that being said, let's get into the tarot. Let's see. Put that over there. All right. Let's take a look at what blocks the Divine Feminine Collective is currently dealing with. What blocks is the Divine Feminine dealing with at this time? Okay. Got the Five of Swords and the Page of Cups with the Magician on the back. So blocks, you might be dealing with some blocks of, you know, people, could be others playing mind games, a very much like win at all costs kind of energy going on. You know, perhaps you're questioning yourself as far as like, am I playing mind games with myself? Because when we do have the Page of Cups, which is like a very, you know, young, it's like a puppy love kind of card. So maybe some of you actually received communication or from a love interest that gave you the idea or hope that like things were going somewhere. And, you know, this would just be like a small offering. So maybe you're now wondering and questioning like maybe like a false start kind of feeling is what I'm getting at. And so that's like a block that you need to clear as far as, you know, what you're currently dealing with, because with the Magician on the back, it's quite possible that some of you have manifested, you know, movement in your connections when they weren't quite ready yet. And it created a bit of like head games or roadblocks for you is what I'm seeing here. Let's get one more for blocks. I feel like there's one more. What blocks is the Divine Feminine Collective currently experiencing? What blocks? What blocks? Three of Wands, waiting for those ships to come in. What's on the back? Justice. Yeah, waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for justice to happen. Some of you might feel like things are quite unfair right now and that, you know, you're doing all this work but not really seeing results. So fives are definitely about change though. So with that Five of Swords coming out, I do see some changes coming in, and you're meant to just have faith and hope at this time, which I know is frustrating, but you know, divine timing, it is what it is. So that's part of relinquishing control, you know? All right, what is the Divine Feminine currently working on for their part of the journey? What's the Divine Feminine currently working on in their part of the journey? Okay, so we have the Two of Cups. To me, this is coming into inner union because we do have the Ten of Swords on the back, which is, the moon too is behind it. But the Ten of Swords on the back, this is about full-on surrender and coming into your inner union, because as you see, like, even though you think like you might be ready for something or that you're at your most high or, things like that. There's still a sense of defeat going on. And I'm actually really happy though to see this Ten of Swords on the back, because tens, ultimately turn into a one. So nines are actually more difficult to me. A Nine of Swords would have you up all night in your head. You're past that. You're at the point of just complete defeat and surrender. And with the moon behind it, there might be some illusions attached even. Yeah, going within with the Hermit, Two of Pentacles. All right, let's see what else. What is the Divine Feminine working on for their part of the journey, please, Spirit? Angels, spirits, and guides. What is the Divine Feminine working on? All right, so we have the Knight of Swords with the Lovers card on the back. So I think you guys are working on when to take action and really embody that, like, okay, now I need to take action at things kind of energy. Let's see. There's that. The Lovers and the Seven of Swords with Judgment. So the Seven of Swords being behind the Lovers, that to me is about strategy. So I think you're kind of working on like using your discernment as far as love matters, and really finding that balanced, like temperance kind of energy is when it comes to matters of the heart. So when do you apply logic? When do you apply your rationality? And where do they meet in the middle that you can actually, use it to your benefit? One more. What? Okay, that came out really fast. This is what you're working on too. A lot of you are working on really solid ground stability and really creating a stable foundation for yourself, not for anyone else. You really want to have that. But it is causing you some grief. We have another 5 on the back. So some of you might be going through a lot of changes right now. And, there's a feeling of loss behind it because you are doing all that stuff. But then the King of Pentacles right behind it, it hasn't quite paid off yet. Like there haven't been a ton of wins, or big wins is what I'm getting. But maybe the key now is to go back and look at the small wins and really give yourself some credit for even where you were a year ago compared to now. And I find that always really helps to appreciate everything that's going on. What is the Divine Feminine fearing at this time? What is the Divine Feminine fearing? It's too many. What is the Divine Feminine fearing at this time? Oops, this flew everywhere. Okay, there's too many cards. What is the Divine Feminine fearing at this time? Angels, spirits, and guides. What is the Divine Feminine fearing? Okay. So I have 3 cards here. I've got the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Sun. So some of you are fearing that your wishes, your solitary wishes, because that's what a Nine of Cups is for me, that it'll all just continue to be some kind of burden. A lot of you are feeling very burdened about your happiness. Like, is this actually going to pay off kind of energy? Like just carrying a lot. But basically we've had 2 tens come out. So you guys are definitely wrapping up a cycle that's been rather difficult. And on the back I have the 4 of Wands. So maybe you guys are feeling the burdens of carrying all the weight and being at home and making your dreams come true. But it's like, it's just this energy of enough. The Ten of Wands, like he's ready to drop all of these wands and just get going already, because it's hard. It's just carrying a heavy weight of that life balance. Some of you may be working too much. Some of you may be just carrying the weight of raising kids on your own, or just household responsibilities on your own, and just wondering if all of this is actually really making you happy. So some of you might be like cutting off things that don't make you happy. 4 of Wands and 2 of Cups. Okay, so with these cards on the back and then the 8 of Wands, I think that you guys, some of you may be really close to unions, because with all of these tens coming through and then these like cards on the back, Four of Wands, Two of Cups, I mean, you're right there. It seems like you're at the peak of really good things happening. All right. How is the Divine Feminine perceiving the connection to her masculine? Okay. Strength. Strength is literal, actual strength. It's Leo energy. Some of you are just perceiving the connection as, going strong, like really not giving up ever. Strength is one of the few cards that beats out the devil energy in tarot. So I love to see that strength is here, because that means that our fears are being conquered. It's a really good card to have in that position, because you're not giving into self-limiting beliefs. You're not self-sabotaging yourself. It's just all about that. And with the Six of Pentacles on the back, it's really about mastering that give and take, and, moving on from situations that don't give you the balance of give and take. Okay. How is the Divine Feminine perceiving the collection with her masculine? How is the Divine Feminine? Okay, Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands, this is about having healthy boundaries. Some of you may have your masculines blocked, or if that's not the case, some of you may just really be reinforcing what healthy boundaries mean to you and putting them into play in your daily life. We do have the King of Wands on the back, so Leo energy. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo. We've got strong Leo energy coming in. One more. How is the Divine Feminine perceiving the connection to her masculine? How is the Divine Feminine perceiving? Okay, so we have the Fool card here. You guys are just perceiving it as like, it's almost like with this Ten of Wands again on the back, really carrying a heavy burden and, feeling like this new start, like the energy of it, like you can feel that it's here, you can tell, you can sense the energy. The energy arrives before the actual things do. And it's just with this Ten of Wands on the back, you're like, it's almost a little bit like nerve-wracking, because you feel so close. And then the Four of Wands again behind it, so we have the same energy, and the Two of Cups. So yeah, it's like, you're super close to some kind of, fruition of what you've been wishing for. You know that there's a breakthrough coming. You can feel it. You're at the end of this cycle. Let's see. What is the Divine Feminine thinking and planning at this time? What is the Divine Feminine thinking and planning at this time, Spirit? Divine Feminine Collective, what are they thinking and planning? Okay, so we have the Five of Cups. What is the Divine Feminine thinking and planning? Okay, so you guys are in a high level of manifestation right now. And I say that because even though we started off with what you're thinking and planning, the Five of Cups, I have the Magician and the Sun. So, and then the Nine of Cups on the back. So this is actually really great. You guys are thinking and planning on how to get yourself out of this cycle of grief. How to realize that you still have two cups standing up here, and really believe in the things that you want and desire, and realize that they all come from within. Like, you don't actually need another counterpart to make those things happen. And I think that's why we then get the Magician and the Sun. So whether you realize it or not, you're manifesting the truth to like what your happiness means to you. And it's a very powerful energy. We've got 3 cards out here now about manifesting. So that's very strong energy. So make sure that you really keep your thoughts positive right now, and only think about the things you want, and don't think about what you don't want, because this is also has the Nine of Cups on the back. So that can be about your solitary wishes being fulfilled. A lot of you are creating and, you know, you have all the tools that you need and you're aware of that. And you're really having this breakthrough of coming into your own happiness, the chariot behind it, and taking action towards it. Beautiful. What's holding the Divine Feminine Collective back at this time? At the world? What's holding the Divine Feminine Collective back at this time? What's holding the Divine Feminine Collective back at this time? Okay, Eight of Wands. Queen of Swords. Okay. Page of Pentacles on the back. All right, so definitely again, the end of a cycle. What could be holding the Divine Feminine back is the World energy, which is the last card in the Tarot deck. And this is all about, the World card is, sorry, my dog is snoring down here, part of the reading. But anyway, the World card is all about coming to a completion. You're at the end of this journey. And it's different from the Death card because this isn't about transformation. It's about seeing things from a whole new kind of perspective. This can be about online communicating. This can be about, you know, just rapid kind of expansion energy. She's literally dancing with the universe. So I think this is about really letting your soul sing and believing in yourself, which it seems like you are. What's holding you back is also the Eight of Wands. So this is about clear communication because it came out near the Queen of Swords. So this is about logical, clear communication and maybe reflecting upon where when you were communicating, you were too emotional and not logical enough, and vice versa. So it's like cutting out communication and being a little bit more head over heart in your communication style and the ways that you take movement. Page of Pentacles on the back. To me, this is about like realizing that what's holding you back, being that clear communication, and realizing that if you do communicate clearly, it's actually going to bring you new skills and new opportunities that will help you succeed even further, that could move quite rapidly, actually. Let's see. Perfect. What is the Divine Feminine's future action space looking like? What future actions does the Divine Feminine Collective plan on taking? Future actions. Got the Four of Pentacles. So you guys are really focused on your stability. Can be like a miserly card, but in that position, I think it's really positive. It means you guys are really focused on your stability, with fours meaning that, and having a stable foundation. All right, what future actions does the Divine Feminine Collective have? Seven of Cups. So we've got Scorpio energy coming through, but this is about really allowing yourself to dream a bit and finding the temperance, though, and like the middle path and where your dreams meet reality. The future action space for the Divine Feminine Collective. Future action space. Eight of Pentacles. You guys have a lot of plans going on with work. Let's see what's on the back there. And the Nine of Wands. Yeah, it's like you're going to keep working at your goals and really securing your pentacles, because we have a total of 8 plus 4, 12, or I'm sorry, I can't even add right now. 12 pentacles, which would be the Hanged Man energy. So it's about, that would be Piscean energy. So you're at this place of surrender, I feel, as far as future actions go. And Seven of Cups can be about letting go of illusions. But in this position between the Eight of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles, I actually see it as a very balanced energy where you are creating the stability that you know you need to be in this 3D world. you're putting the work in, but somewhere in between you guys are balancing it out. You're probably exhausted because there is a new beginning behind this. So you're at that last stretch of, seeing some of this come into action, basically. Let's see. Where is the Divine Feminine at right now with her spiritual awakening? Oh my gosh, the Emperor flew right out. So really in Emperor mode, understanding and balancing out any masculine energies within you that needed to be balanced. And it's actually creating again, we have the Four of Pentacles. It's giving you that firm foundation to give you the confidence and the willingness to succeed and go on and move forward and be able to rely on yourself. Where is the Divine Feminine at with their spiritual awakening process? Where is the Divine Feminine at spiritually? Where's the Divine Feminine at spiritually? 2 cards. Again, that Magician and Sun are coming out. 3 major arcana. So spiritually, you guys are really creating a new world for yourself that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. Very balanced masculine energy coming through. We've got, this is Aries energy. We've also got Gemini and Virgo energy, and then Leo energy coming in. But 3 major arcanas. You guys are really doing great on your spiritual journeys. And I think, now that you're in that Emperor energy too, things are manifesting for you. 9 of Cups on the back. So you got the same energies coming out. You guys are in a really good place spiritually. How is the Divine Feminine feeling in their head and heart towards their counterpart? Got 2, 9 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. How is the Divine Feminine feeling in the head and the heart space towards their counterpart? 1 more, please, Spirit. The Divine Feminine. Okay. All right. So first of all, we have the 9 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and then Temperance. So this is about that wounded warrior energy. It's about creating your own tangible new beginnings, but also just not giving up with that Temperance energy and finding the balance between. It seems like you guys are really finding the balance between your heart space and your mind, because that's kind of what Temperance energy is for me. Let me see here. So we then have the 7 of Wands on the back. So since Temperance was the last card that came out, I see this as really finding that middle ground of, when is a boundary too much that you're not allowing things to come in, and when is it too weak that you're being, taken advantage of? Because you have this interesting, you're right there though. Wands burn off really quickly. Some of you are really on the verge of something truly amazing that you've been working really hard on. What's going on in the Divine Feminine Collective's world? What's going on for the Divine Feminine Collective in their world? What's going on for the Divine Feminine Collective in their world? Knight of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. A lot of you are feeling left out in the cold. The 5 of Pentacles keeps trying to come out. 4 of Wands. Yeah, so these first 2 cards that came out, the Knight of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles, it's like reviewing where you've invested into things that were just like knights and they weren't emperors. This is people, places, situations, things, and feeling a bit left out in the cold, I believe, because the 5 of Pentacles is on the back, and that's also a card of loneliness for me, or missing someone. So there's a sense of yearning here. I did get out the 4 of Wands, so this just shows me that you are finding your own happy place and celebrating your mission and your wins and your friends. And a lot of you are now with your soul tribe, and you have other feminines and masculines in your energy that you can speak to. And see that yin and yang with the horses on the back? So you guys are just like ready, you know? That's how I see this. 4, 7. Almost every set of cards that's come out has been a 4 or a 7. So, which adds up to 11, which I find interesting. But, you know, 4s are about stability and 7s are quite spiritual. So it's finding that balance between, you know, stability and spirituality. What does the Divine Feminine Collective need to heal or move through? What does the Divine Feminine Collective need to heal or move through, Spirit? The Lovers. Some of you may need to make a choice when it comes to love between a soulmate and a divine counterpart or twin flame. What does the Divine Feminine need to heal or move through? Okay, we've got the Death card and the Ten of Pentacles. All right, with the Six of Swords on the back, some of you may actually be moving places or houses. Let's see here, sorry about that. So we've got the Lovers, Death, and the Ten of Pentacles. So what you need to heal or move through, the Ten of Pentacles is like a legacy card. So I see this as some of you may actually be changing jobs, careers, actually moving homes, making choices in love. And I think the answer is like when you make that choice, then this is going to make more sense. So since that's what you need to heal or move through, let's go ahead and just pull some guidance that goes with it. What guidance does Spirit have for the Lovers card, for the Divine Feminine Collective? The Lovers. What guidance? Okay, so we have the Hermit clarifying the Lovers. Some of you really do need to just go within and make a choice about a love. I do believe it's between 2 or more people. I think you need to really go within and decide what you want. Because we also have the Two of Pentacles on the back. Interesting. Clarify death and the guidance. 4 of Wands. Yeah, so some of you are just ready for movement at this point, and I think you might have soulmates in your energy, and you're going within to determine if you would like to be with a soulmate or a twin. Guidance about the Ten of Pentacles for the Divine Feminine, please. What guidance, since that's something she has to move through? What guidance? Can I get one card for guidance, please, on that Ten of Pentacles? For the Divine Feminine Collective is what she needs to move through. How to guide out of it, how to transmute that energy of the Ten of Pentacles. It's too many cards. One card, please. Another 10. Okay, so that Ten of Wands is coming out again. So maybe there's home situations or living situations or job situations that are creating a lot of burden for you and giving you heartbreak, you know. Things are moving too slow. So it's time to make choices about what you really want here. Interesting. All right. See if there's anything else that you guys need to hear, and then we're going to wrap this up. All right. Any further guidance for my Divine Feminine Collective, please? Any more guidance for the Divine Feminine Collective? Angels, spirits, and guides. So we've got the Devil. But the Ace of Pentacles is on the back. So this to me is about releasing any fears or things that might be in excess in your life, whether that be giving your time away too much, or it could simply be overindulging. But I see this more with the Ace of Pentacles on the back. It's about, you know, not fearing any new beginnings that you may be getting thrown into. Just have faith right now. Capricorn energy. Anything else for the Divine Feminine? 9 of Cups. again, that same energy coming out, and the Magician's on the back. So like you guys have manifested some new beginnings and new starts that, you know, the manifestations might be kind of playing out differently than you thought, but you got to have faith here. Things are moving around in the background. One more. Anything else for my Divine Feminine Collective, please? Okay, so we've got the Moon and Justice. So even though, again, it's a similar energy coming through, even though you might not be able to see it or things seem a little foggy or, you know, wavy right now, there is justice coming to you. You are getting your wishes fulfilled in every sense of the way, especially if you've been putting in the work. Some of you might have a water sign coming towards you. There's your Empress energy. Some of you just broke free out of like restricting situations and, you know, relationships that really weren't causing you anything but grief. And, you know, now you're just in that fear kind of state of like, oh no, now what? But you do have your wishes coming in. Illusions will be removed and justice will be yours. All right, Divine Femmes, I hope that helped. See you next time.